Roderick McWashington writes, Scott and Alex, are you going to make a prop future injection gun? If so, please write back. Well, we finally made it! Materials for this prop include cardboard, aluminum tape, duct tape, weed cloth, cellophane, 2 spice jars, a power drill, a barbecue skewer, silver and black acrylic paint, a paper towel roll, adhesive foam squares, adhesive foam dots, scissors, an X-Acto blade, and a marker. First, trace around the top and bottom of a spice jar. It will serve as the basis for the rest of your shape. Draw the rest of the gun portion. Here's a picture of mine. Mark off where the spice jar will fit, and then draw the serum holder section using the second spice jar as a guide. The diagonal should only be as long as the back half of the second spice jar. Fill in the details of where the trigger will go and the decorative grips. In the end, here's your template. Cut out the shape. Use an X-Acto blade to cut out the detail work. Draw and cut out the shape again. Draw the shape a third time. For this one, draw in the trigger, and when you cut it out, leave it, and only cut out the finger guard area. Trace and cut out 4 more templates, cutting out the entire trigger area. Do not cut out the decorative grip areas. So, to recap, you have 1 piece with the trigger in place, 4 pieces with no trigger, and 2 with no trigger and the decorative grips cut out. Put the spice jar back in the placeholder and mark both sides. Cut out the placeholders on the trigger piece and the 4 main body pieces. Wrap the trigger and the finger guard on the trigger piece in aluminum tape. Paint the trigger black and set this piece aside. Duct tape 2 of the main body pieces together and repeat for the second pair. Cut the placeholder pieces out of the decorative grip pieces. Use a piece of weed cloth and cut it to the shape of the pistol grip. Cut a second, smaller pieces for the other inlaid decoration. To make sure they cover the piece, place the grip piece on top. Make additional cuts as necessary. Use duct tape circles to attach the weed cloth to the pieces. Repeat for the second piece. Remember, the 2 pieces are on opposite sides, so the weed cloth needs to be on the reverse side as shown in the diagram. Wrap the trigger area of these pieces with aluminum tape. Wrap both decorative grip pieces in aluminum tape. Use adhesive squares to attach each grip piece to its main body counterpart. By now, your trigger piece is probably dry. Place 1 main body piece, weed cloth down, on the table. Place the trigger piece in the middle, and the second main body piece on top, weed cloth facing up. Duct tape the whole thing together, being sure to tape only the aluminum and not the weed cloth. Cover all duct tape and cardboard gaps with aluminum tape. Wrap the first spice bottle in aluminum tape, minus the cap. Cut adhesive squares in half and use them to attach the bottle to the main body, cap on the trigger end. Take all of the serum holder pieces from earlier and duct tape them together. Using more duct tape, attach the piece to the jar on the main bottle on both sides. The diagonal should be on a downward slant towards the trigger. Wrap any exposed duct tape on the jar with aluminum tape. Use the back half of the jar as a guide and cut a section of the paper towel roll. Cut a piece that fits snugly against the side of the jar, connecting the top and bottom portions of the gun. For decoration, draw and cut out a long oval window. Remember to use caution when using an X-Acto blade. Wrap the piece in aluminum tape and place it on the gun, window at the top. Use adhesive foam squares to attach the pieces and repeat the whole process on the other side. Wrap the serum holder in aluminum tape. Cut the second spice jar just below the ridge. Since all spice jars are different, this may be an unnecessary step. The point is to get a small circular cylinder. Remove the paper wrapper. This might be a long, tedious process. Water helps. Cut a bit of cellophane, roll it up, and place it inside the jar. Place the cap of the jar on top to seal it in. Take another piece of paper towel roll and slide it onto the spice jar. If it doesn't fit, cut it. Cut a half circle shape out of the piece, like this. If you had to cut the roll, place it on the bottle and use duct tape to fill in the extra space. Wrap the piece in aluminum tape and slide it back onto the spice jar. Place a piece of aluminum on the back of the cardboard piece. At this point, you can cut off the notch at the end of the serum holder. It was just there as a placeholder. Now it's time to admit a mistake. I decided I didn't like all this space on the serum holder. It happens. The point is, if you don't like something, change it. Nothing on this channel is set in stone. I cut away the excess I didn't like, reattached the piece, and covered it again in aluminum tape. So, back to where we were. If the jar lid isn't staying in place, you can always stick a bit of extra adhesive under it. Use adhesive foam squares to attach the serum container to the serum holder, cap forward, cardboard towards the back. Cover any cardboard gaps with aluminum tape. Remove the cap from the front of the gun. Drill a hole in the center of the lid wide enough for a barbecue skewer. Break a barbecue skewer to about 4 inches and paint it silver. While it's drying, take the black acrylic paint and smear it all over the gun for an aged look. For added detail, attach foam dots under the window and use a marker to color them black. Insert your barbecue skewer into the cap and replace it on the gun. And there's your finished futuristic injector gun. One last bit of trivia, Roderick. Alex has declared this prop to be his favorite of the ones I've built to date. See you next time.
Who are you?
I'm the no-lie guy. Y'all order some true serum. Have a good day.